Hey, good evening, everybody. I think we're going to call this the first installment of Saturday Nights with Bev because Bev has agreed to do this for the coming for the balance of October for each Saturday evening. And every person, I wish I'd be having a conversation with each one of you individually. I see my friend Dave is here, Dave Markey. And Dave, as we contemplate and consider what is the true nature and essence of our business, it is number one, we recruit. If we don't enroll new people, our business goes nowhere. So we recruit, we train, and then we retain, and then we fully transfer the baton of knowledge and leadership to somebody else. That is the nature of our business. And I love the diversity of the presenters that we are bringing to each of you. And it is our hope and our objective that you can see yourself in one or more of the presenters. It's the message that matters, but we need each of you to become a messenger. I said, what's the nature of our business? Recruit, train, retain, and then fully transfer the baton of knowledge and leadership to somebody else. When I introduce you to Bev Dormer, I'm introducing you to a person who has had the courage to step up early in her evolution of this home-based business arena. In a couple of days, we'll introduce you to Erin Barley from Australia, who's earned tens of millions of dollars and traveled the world and is a name in the industry. And we're proud to attract people like that. You know what? I'm equally proud to attract people who have the courage to step up and say, this is my turn. And Bev, this is your turn. And I'm so grateful to you for stepping up. And each of you, as you listen to Bev, understand that this is something where the leadership hierarchy welcomes and embraces you. And we need first successes as badly as we need long-term historic successes. And the best thing I can say about Bab is that she is a kind, loving woman who has accepted the responsibility of caring for a husband who's not aging as well as she is. She's embraced entrepreneurship, and she is a person that I am thrilled to be involved with. So, Bev, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We respect you. We honor you. And everybody, Bev Dormer and LevAi.
Thank you so much, Randy and Samantha. I appreciate it. Love being here with all of you tonight. Just want to give you a little background on me because if you understand this about me, some of you might fall in the same category, and others of you can laugh and say, "Huh, that's kind of like my mom and dad." See this how it says Leve AI, the future in your hands? Well, I was one of those ones that when I started having my children, I wanted to control them. And one of my children, when she got into high school, said, "Mom, really? You can't keep only letting us watch Sesame Street. You've got to let us watch more than that on TV." So I'm one of those ones that kind of pushes back and wants to control and keep everyone just underneath my little wings, thinking that that will make life wonderful and everybody will be happy. That was a hard lesson to learn that that does not always happen that way. And so I am thrilled. I did need to step out of being a stay-at-home mom when I was 40 and started my own business. And so because of that experience, and now all of a sudden needing to go into the world of computers and learning smartphones and learning how to text and all those things, I now understand it's so much better for us to be ahead of the game than be behind it. And so let's take a look at LevAi so that you can see the benefits that will not only help small business owners, entrepreneurs, those that have big businesses, but it will help all of us to be able to step into what is coming. One of the things that is so cool about learning how to work my computer right now, which is not letting me do what it's supposed to, is that I am learning things that I hadn't learned before. This is only my second time of using this type of a format to be able to present. And so it is something that's exciting. I love learning new things. So in some ways that doesn't make sense because I wanted to keep my children under this little protective bubble. And yet I know I love to learn. Whenever there's something that doesn't make sense, I want to be able to figure it out. And so hopefully, so many of you that are on here feel that same way. This is a tool that makes it simple for all entrepreneurs to launch, market, and grow any of their businesses or brands. The other thing that is so important is the price of it. Sometimes When you are starting a business, you don't have that big financial support behind you. So to be able to have something that is really only $2 to $4 a day is super beneficial. So you are going to learn 3 things during this presentation that will immediately improve your future. AI has for years had a profound impact on our lives, and yet so many of us don't understand it, and we have wanted to hide behind that little bubble of thinking that it really isn't. Many of us have had fears thinking, oh no, this is going to get rid of jobs. This is going to cause so many problems. It's a lot like me trying to protect my children from just watching TV and seeing some of the things that were out there. This is something that actually has so many benefits and can help everyone, no matter what stage of life you are in. The market opportunity is amazing. So I'm going to let you just kind of read through these numbers so that you can see what is possible. AI is having a massive impact, and the world's largest companies understand that and are preparing for it and are getting ready to transform. So, what about us? What is going to happen if you're one of those that chooses to stay under the radar or thinking, okay, I don't have to have anything to do with that, or you're afraid of it? You're going to be left behind. And it does make a big difference. It can benefit you, even if you're not a business owner, in relationships that you have. So, Demes Hassabas has said the difference here with AI is it's going to be 10 times bigger than the Industrial Revolution and maybe 10 times faster. That's important for us to be able to understand. So, this is some of the problems that LevAi AI solves. Social entrepreneurs face so many problems. They end up with costly, complex, and fragmented marketing tools. Now, here in a minute, we're going to talk about just the cost of what all those different tools cost. But the part that is so important is not only the cost, it's when they don't work together. It takes a lot of time to learn these new tools. And then, if all of them are separate, instead of being integrated and working together, it causes so many more problems. Also, there's that tech intimidation and burnout, poor lead generation, and customer retention. One of the things that small business owners and everyone should understand is so much easier to keep your customers than it is to get new customers. And so when you have good customer retention, it's the foundation. It's where you're like jumping off from point, and you want to keep them happy as well as learning and growing so that you can gain new customers. And so often there's no clear guide to grow audience, convert leads to business, and to keep leads going. So these are some of the things that LevAi does. And I want you to know that over the last couple of weeks, it has been exciting for me. I started about a year and a half ago of building a social presence. Before that, often I paid one of my staff, one of my children to be able to take care of that for me. And so now that I had started building my own, I learned how tough it is. It takes a long time to be able to build that social presence. And so having something that makes it easier. If you're like me, a lot of times it would take me 45 minutes to an hour to be able just to write a thank you note to someone to express appreciation to them. I needed a starting place, and that's something that LevAi does for you. I'm going to go through these all a little bit more as we keep going with the slides. So this is just for you to read, and then let's move on. So my AI video is something that we are all really excited about because you get to use your own photo. You're in full control. You get to pick your most flattering picture and bring it to life with your twin. Now, I would suggest that you brand yourself. But for those of you that that's uncomfortable, there's also a library that there is other avatars or twins that you can pick from. You can either give it your script, or the thing that I am liking about this that I mentioned really briefly is how your LevAi will give you the thoughts and what you can say for your message. The other part that's really cool is it uses your voice, or again, you can pick a voice from the library and you get to set the tone and the emotion. So I skip by those because it's pretty much saying the same thing, but that one that I just passed by really quick, we've actually gotten to see him with his twins speaking in other languages, and it is so cool. You can't even tell that it is not him. So that's something we're really looking forward to, and that will be coming soon. So you have everything that you need in one place. And the part that is so neat is how easy it is and how accessible. And I have to be careful of that. I want you to know all of us have different tech abilities. Mine is not very good. However, I'm much better than many other people. And so it has been pretty easy for me. I love that it makes it so simple and they make it fun to be able to figure out how to do it. Immediately, your AI is starting to learn who you are by just the simple questions that it asks when you first get started. So each of these I'm going to go through because I've had a little bit of experience in playing with it in the last couple of weeks. And so I'm going to move on to this next slide that's going to break it down even more. So this part's really important to me to get unstuck. I shared a little bit how it's hard for me to be able to just get something started, or I will think, oh, this will take me 5 minutes to take this note, and 45 minutes later, I'm still working on it. I can just reach out to my AI, my LevAi AI, and say, okay, what do I need to do about this? Like for me, a lot of times on the reels that I've been posting, people will respond to me. I'm 70. No, I'm 67. I'm 67. And so I don't even understand a lot of the slang or the little initials that they put in. I can just put it into my LevAi, tell it what I talked about in my reel, put in what their response with, and ask it for a response, and it comes up with it. So I don't have that worry anymore about, are they saying something that's maybe, is offensive to me? With this, I now am learning, oh, okay, these little terms that they're using are no big deal. Don't worry about it. So if you're kind of like me and have that age gap of what communication is and what people are saying now, it makes it really nice because my LevAi is able to walk me through it and give me information of what to say, as well as it is helping me to now be on more platforms. Before I was only on TikTok and Facebook. Because of LevAi, I've now been able to up my game on my social presence. This part is really cool too. How many of us take so much time trying to be able to input somebody into our CRM? This one, all I have to do is a screenshot. I upload it. It does all of the work and it gives me additional information, which it's going to talk about here a little bit later in the slides, which there it is. This part I'm looking forward to when it happens because it is going to be possible for us to soon be able to do all of this on our phone. But even with doing it on the computer, it is an amazing tool. As well as the enhancement. I don't know about you, but so often it's like, okay, I have this friend on Facebook, but I don't have any other information on them. And as I have been inputting these different friends and contacts that I have, it's given me more information about them than what I might have already had. Okay, this is the part that is so cool. I paid a ton of money to have my website done. My husband paid a ton of money to get his website done. The problem is now either we had to continue to pay a monthly maintenance fee, or, you always have all those different fees for your website, but we could not change it around. We couldn't understand how to do anything. And so it was stuck just like it was. And we had those websites for years and years. So they weren't continually being updated. You had old stuff that you wish you could take off of there, and you had no way of doing it unless you wanted to pay the extra money. Yesterday, I built a website for my husband because he had so much information from his business that he's had forever and ever, and it's up and running now. And the cool thing is, I was able to put in a little bit of information for him, and then it came back with everything that I could use to be able to put into the different sections, like the description or saying a little bit more about him. Being able to change it around was really fun. It was a really fun learning experience. This is another one that's important for me. I get going in a million different directions and I often forget to do things. This will remind me. I just put in how often I want to make contact with this person again, and then it pops up and says, hey, you wanted to call this person back today, so that I have something there that is helping me behind the scenes, something I've never had before. And I had one customer that shared, it was kind of embarrassing because we were in a group talking and they said, oh, yeah, we had to call her for months to get her to finally bring out an aviary and set it up in our home. This is a benefit, especially for anybody that's starting a business. This was something I never wanted to do. I did not want to participate in any type of lead programs because I have had so many people that I was a lead for them, and they call and they bug me and bug me and bug me. And most of the time, it wasn't even any way related to me or what I needed. With this, it is taking in all of the things that you include, like the geography, their interests, their gender, and so much more, so that it is giving you leads that are directly related with what you want. And instead of having a big list that are all not anything that are close to what you need, you are able to decide when you want to do it, so that as you continue to gain information and understand, oh, okay, maybe I need to tweak this a little bit to get a lead that's a better fit, it will do that for you. This is the part that we visited about just a little bit earlier, but it is something that is coming, and it is in both of the packages that we have available to be able to have to help you with your businesses. Every plan includes your own avatar or your twin that looks like you. Or, like I said, you do have that option of picking something else. And it can speak in dozens of languages. Even though we don't have this available just yet, I am finding with my post, the fact that I can do a post and that I can change it to another language, so that if I want to post in a group that's from France, I have the ability to be able to do that. And I should change that. I keep saying you have the ability to do that. This is one of those really cool things for those of you that really desire to go far with this and to be able to have an avatar that is able to have all of your information, all of your trainings that you have done over the years. It has the ability to speak different languages. It has the ability to interact for you, so that when you're sleeping at night, if you have a group that is somewhere else in the world and they're awake during the hours that you're asleep, your avatar is able to interact with them and do the trainings for you. So here is our pricing. As you can see, it is very affordable. I'm going to talk about the pro just for a second, because I visited with a small business owner that lives here close to me. She was paying $122 a month just for her website. Her website did not interact with any of her other tools. For this, she will be able to get it for $99. That is a savings. And for any small business, that is a huge benefit. And the part that's even cooler is, with her other website, she had to come up with everything. And she is very tech savvy, so she was able to do it very easily. However, with this one, it has all of the other features, like the My AI video. It has the social, and it is able to write out her social media for her. That's something that she's a little bit weaker with, and so she's super excited about that part. It gives you your business profiles. Imagine I only answered a couple of questions. It took that information and it had a complete business profile for me, giving me steps on how I needed to start my business and so much more. My social or my AI social is that social media growth that I visited about a little bit before also, as well as the CRM. I'm living in a smaller community now, since the first of this year. And there's been many of the business owners here that don't even know what a CRM is, a customer relations management. That is something that is so important as you grow your business. And even with your friends, how many of you get to a time when it's Christmas and you're kind of like, oh, where is everybody? So even if this is something that you just want so that you're learning how to do AI and you're also using it for your personal life, it is a benefit because all of your information is in there. And can you imagine on social media being able to import their information into your your CRM and learning information that you might not even know about them so that in your next conversation, instead of it's how's the weather there, you're able to ask them, hey, you know what? I've known you forever, but I didn't even know you have this goal so that you have something that you can visit about that's personalized to them. The assistant, you know, to be able to have an instant website and to be able to move it around and change it as you desire, that is something that is a huge value. As you'll notice, the basic, it gives you so much right there. It is only one business. And so for those of you that have multiple things that you are tackling, you probably want to go with a pro, but also it stops right after that CRM. All of those things are so beneficial. So as you're looking at this, you want to decide what is going to be right for you. The my network, which is that part of enhancing your CRM, as well as the my reach, which is giving you those prospects or those leads. That is all part of the pro. And then you're going to have lead on and more teams to be able to have that coaching and training and sharing, building your team library, interactive AI avatar. And like I had mentioned, that one is once you reach a certain rank, but it is part of the pro package. And here's that part about just the prices and how much you'll be saving. But like I said, is how can you put a value on how much time you save when everything is interacting and talking and actually learning from you so that the more that you input into your LevAi AI, the more it is able to take off of your plate because it has a better understanding of you. So it is unmatched value. Strong value for all members, accessible by members around the globe, high member satisfaction, yields stable businesses, generous payout rates, and great commissions. So one of the things that they have done excellent with is their back office and their reporting tools, their sharing links, everything that is available. Some of the things that will be coming a little bit later because they just barely launched. And also, what's so important is the multi-language support. I am thrilled. I reached out to a woman in Hungary many, many months ago. And over the months, we have built a friendship. She also has a large family, and we love being able to learn about each other. I love the opportunity to learn about my sisters, my brothers, other people that are in other countries that I had nothing or no knowledge about before. This gives us the opportunity to be able to reach out and get to know more. It makes that difference to where instead of us sometimes being so selfish and only thinking of ourselves right where we're at, of gaining a better understanding of the world around us. Here is the multi-language support that is up and running at this time. And so you can look and see, are you on there so that you know if either if you have friends in other countries that you want to be able to reach out to, or also just knowing what is available as you're reaching out to other countries. It has that, like I said, the global reach and experience, but what is so important is the LaCour Enterprises is global, and it's the service provider for LevAi AI. Our rapid deployment is possible due to LaCour Enterprises and their decades of channel experience and history of innovation. As you can see, LaCour is really set to be able to help us to be able to reach and exceed our goals. Our founder is Blake Schroeder, and he really does lead the way. He's got 18 years of social commerce experience, and on every Zoom that he is on, his heart can be felt as he talks to us, as he encourages us, and as he shares his desire to get to know us in the best way possible that he can. Again, that market opportunity that we have, which is so important. Now, this is the part that is super exciting. For those of you that are business owners and you want to be able to use this tool to help your business grow, there's also the opportunity if you want to be rewarded. If you don't and your sole focus is on your business, then you can just kind of pay attention to this and think it's kind of interesting. But for every person that that decides that they want to join this, whether they are a customer or if they also want to grow a business, there is a 50% acquisition bonus. So that is for that first month when they first decide that they also want to be a part of this. And then every month after that, as they pay that monthly so that they can continue to use the services, there is a 20%. Plus, there is other levels that you get to earn income from. So not only is there 8 different levels that you can earn on, but there's actually an infinity bonus that is really exciting that helps those of you who are team builders to be able to continue to earn further down. This is a little bit about the ranks and the team commissions. As you can see, to be a lead partner, the first rank, it just takes having 2 other people that decide that they want to be partners with you and 1 team that has $250 under it. And then it moves forward from there. There's 8-level customers commissions, full payout on rates shown. There's no CV or hidden math. What that means is so many companies, it's like sales volume, or there's other terms that they use. This isn't. This is dollar for dollar. It's a dynamic compression. Inactive accounts are removed in real time. And here you see the different levels. So once you're a lead partner, you get to also receive 4% on your level 2. So remember that first level is all of your partners and customers, and you receive that 20% after receiving the 50% the first month. And then as you advance, then you see how many levels that opens up to where then you are also still receiving that money for those that are below you. Leverage matching bonus. Check match. Earn deep into your team by helping others build their incomes, which is super exciting. That just brings so much to your heart. Can you imagine being able to help others recognize what their goals are and then be able to achieve them? And when they win, you win too. Here is that match, and you can see that you do need to be at the director level to start earning that. Infinity bonus. Earn down each leg to the next partner at the same or higher rank. And here you can see. So this is even below that 8 level. For example, if you are a visionary director, earn 1% down to the next director, plus 1% down to the next innovator, plus 1% down to the next visionary. So to pre-enroll, oh, we are already all set. So let's go past that. I hope that you will follow us on social media. It's really easy. You can either go to each one of those places or you can go ahead and just use our QR code right there. The future is bright. And don't we all want to be a part of being able to shine that light on what AI really is, instead of allowing the fear that so many of us have felt over the years that have stopped us from becoming the best that we can become. Thank you.
Bev, you are absolutely my hero. I was trying to find my buttons to turn it on. That was absolutely fantastic. Now, folks, John Maxwell said that encouragement is oxygen for the soul. That's what I was encouraged as Bev spoke. This is a person who knew, I think, probably exactly nothing about AI 12 weeks ago or 10 weeks ago. This is the person who is new to micro enterprise. She's not new to entrepreneurship, but she's new to micro enterprise. She is new to this technology. And folks, the biggest key to success is making a decision to participate in your own success. Bev chose to not simply be a bringer, to bring other people to hear someone else present. She chose to become one that others could bring people to. What is the decision that you'll make? We welcome you in LevAi, irrespective of what decisions and choices you're going to make. But what we really want to do is help you become the best version of yourself. And when you become the best version of yourself, then a lot of great things happen. Bev, that was fantastic. I can't wait for next week. Everybody, um, remember that it's the message that matters most, not the messenger. But over the course of the next week, contemplate and consider who in your life might specially benefit from Bev Dormer's, not just presentation, but personality, the nature of who she is. Over the course of the coming week, we've now got a whole list of skilled presenters with a wide variety of personalities, backgrounds, skills, geographic locations, age, gender, and on we go. Everyone will do a great presentation, but contemplate and consider, as I do, who is there in your world who would be most positively benefited by the presentation you just saw. And by the way, I watch things, I pay attention, and we had more people on at the end of the presentation than we had at any time during the presentation. It grew throughout. There were just a few more people at the end than there were 10 minutes before the end, and there were a few more people at 10 minutes before the end than there were 5 minutes before that. And so the market has spoken. I hope you heard it. Bev, thank you so much. I appreciate you. That was absolutely wonderful. And
Babe,
everybody,
you
have the best night.
always do that. That's exactly how I was going to outro, Bev.
Okay.
And so I just want to say to everyone exactly what you aforementioned is that which candidate can resonate with Bev? Bring them next Saturday and tell them to grab a cup of hot cocoa and sit by the fireplace and spend just a little quality time with Bev and learn about this opportunity. And it will not be a waste of time or effort or energy for anyone. And we love you, Bev. We
Thank you
love
all.
you all. Good night,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye bye. Thank you. Thanks, Bev. Congratulations, by the way. Great
Thank you.
job.